What's up, everybody? Uh, I just woke up pretty recently because my alarm didn't go off. It's so weird that we have like these computers in our pockets, and you set an alarm on them, and they're these supercomputers, but for some reason they just don't. The alarm doesn't go sometimes. Either that, or because it happens to me like maybe twice a month, where it doesn't go off, and I usually wake up automatically pretty early anyways. Um, but I don't know if I'm just sleeping through it or if it actually is just not going off. I don't know. Thought I'd pop in and say what's up since I never make these lives. Right on, dude. Good to see you, man. Who we got? Drewski, Ward, Mike, Knives, me, Son of Liberty, Nate, Double D Tent, and Marcel. Yes, I do have a mullet now. I certainly do. And I did it myself. You can probably tell. It was difficult. I don't know if any of you have ever given yourself a haircut. I never pay for haircuts, ever. So I always either have long hair or shaved or somewhere in between. I never pay for haircuts. So I didn't do it this time either. It was difficult. It was difficult doing it. I watched a couple tutorials on how to give yourself a mullet on YouTube, and it didn't really help that much. So it took a long time, just like slowly cutting from either side, trying to keep it even. And I think it didn't turn out horribly. It turned out okay. I would say yes. I would say absolutely yes. Used to shave my head, so I did it myself. Now my hair is hippie long. Nothing wrong with that. I had hippie long hair recently too. My hair was like, it was like down to here. If you go back and watch some of my older videos, you could see it. It's definitely a mullet. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. It's funny. I actually filmed myself doing it. I might put it in the members video. I don't know. But you'll see the moment that I realized that you have to shave this right here for it to really look like a mullet. The moment that I shaved this sides right here was the moment it really became a mullet. 40 bucks, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think the reason I don't pay to get my hair cut is because back in the day, I forget. I think I got my hair cut by a professional one time, maybe twice, but definitely one time. And it was when I was a teenager, and my sisters recommended me this place to go, and I went there. and I didn't really ask how much it was going to be. I don't know why. I just didn't. And they finished cutting my hair, and then I went to pay, and it was like $80. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And that was the last time I ever went to pay to get my hair cut. And it's just awkward. I don't like sitting there. You're like being held captive by this person that's working on you. And at least the one that I had, she tried to make conversation the whole time, and I just don't like that. Just be quiet, please. You know. Business up front, party in the back. I know there's a hair salon. If you suggest, she'll give you a rub and tug. A rub and tug? Do they still do that? There's still places that do that? It's your fault, Jacob. You told me I had to get a haircut. That is also very true. Yeah. It feels really weird when they sit you back, they recline your head into this little sink, and you have a stranger like massaging your head, washing your hair. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. A proper barber. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. Like, because barbers are for men, right? And salons are for women. I have never been to a proper barber, so maybe that's the problem. But I feel like barbers are gonna charge a lot. I know there's one place near me. It's like a hipster salon, where the dudes that work there have like these. They wear like tight pants and have these huge handlebar mustaches. you know, you know those hipster guys. And you go in. I've peeked in there. Yeah, you sit down and they give you like a Pabst Blue Ribbon so you can have a beer while you get your hair cut. I don't know. It's just it's just not really my jam. That's an interesting subject. Is hipsters. I remember when that kind of thing started happening. I feel like what year was it where we started seeing hipsters for the first time? I feel like it was when like some of these like grunge kids grew up a little bit, or maybe it was the generation after the grunge kids. Um, but they ruined so many styles, so many. What's up, Needham? Finished a round of disc golf on my way home. Right on, buddy. That sounds fun. I tried. My little brother's into disc golf, and I tried it once, and it was very difficult. Very, very difficult. My barber is meticulous. Doesn't like small talk. $40 including tip. That sounds perfect. That sounds absolutely perfect. What's that metal-looking ring with welded triangles and a circle hanging behind you? That's just a little piece of artwork that I made. I'll show it to you. It's pretty cool. I was making something where the drops were all these little triangles. I was cutting like these triangles out of something, and then I looked on the floor and I was like, "Oh, there's a bunch of little triangles. I should make something with that." And so I just welded them into this little ring. I don't know. I thought it looked cool. Kind of like a bad place to put your wiener, right in there, you know. I also made this. This is one of the coolest things I've ever made, I think. Right here. Check that out. A steel flower that's bursting out of this little plate right here. All from scratch. I hammered out the leaves, or the petals, I mean. It's all cold forged, so the steel is so thin that you don't even really need to heat it up to be able to form it. So you can do it cold without a forge or anything. Good morning, Matthew. How are you, buddy? Mimo's here too. What's up, dude? Scoutmaster. Alex G, what's up, man? Yeah, it kind of does. Metalworker's version of a dream catcher. It totally does. I don't know. Maybe I could. I think if I had like an already established like Etsy store or something, maybe I could. I've thought about it, but it's just I don't know. It's so much work. I already have a YouTube channel. I don't have time for that. It'd be cool though. Sick. Maybe let me take a COVID test negative. Oh, that's good, man. That's good news. You know what's crazy? I have never gotten COVID yet. Isn't that crazy? I thought I had it once, and I took the test, and it was negative. I could have swore I had it though. I got really sick, but on the Spyber video yesterday, you mentioned you had some opinions on the Flightanium skills. Are you talking about the Delica? You're talking about these Flightanium skills, right? Double D10's COVID free too. Nice. Yeah, it seems like COVID's kind of over, huh? I haven't heard of it. I haven't even heard of anyone getting it in a long time. At least with these new variants, people aren't dying anymore. The Delica ones. Okay, yeah. So the deal with these is, these are the titanium scales from Flightanium, and when I got them, they didn't fit on the knife. The problem is, you see these four. These are four tubes with threads in them that go through the scale, and then these screws screw into those tubes or nuts. The tubes were too long, so that when the hardware was completely tightened down, there was still these weren't pulled into one another and tight. The tubes were too long, meaning that the screws would bottom out before you could get this tight. So it just didn't work. So I had to take these four nuts out into the garage and make them shorter. I had to grind them down a little bit. I had to take off like maybe an 1/8 inch, a little over an 1/8 inch. Grind them down, clean them up so that they didn't have any burrs on them, and put them back in, and then it worked. Now that is not the case with every Delica and these scales, because after I put out that video, I talked to a lot of people, and some people had the same problem I did, but a few people didn't have that same problem. So either Flightanium has some variance in their scales, or Spyderco for some reason uses different size these nuts in different Delicas for some reason. I can't figure it out. Regardless, Flightanium needs to say that on their website, that there's a possibility these skills aren't going to work, because not everybody is going to want to go out into their garage and do some grinding to get these fit. So either way, It's not a huge deal. If you're kind of handy and feel like you can grind them down, then I would say go for it. It's not that hard. Because I really do love the scales. They're fantastic. This is one of my favorite knives, but you just might have to do a little grinding. COVID put me in the hospital for 1 month and 1 week, 42 days. Got blood clots, pneumonia. Damn, that sounds shitty, man. Yeah, so it seemed like some people were totally fine. You know, they felt a little sick for a couple days, whatever. But some people, it really fucked them up. I don't know why. I'm sure there's an answer. Maybe there's not. I don't know. But it really fucked some people up. I'm glad you got better, man. DNA lasering, Flatinium skills for my Delica. Oh, nice. Hell yeah. They do some really crazy stuff over there at DNA lasering. I haven't gotten anything yet, but I was on their website looking at all their stuff, and they look really, really cool. It's not over, just out of the news. Yeah, maybe that is true. I haven't heard of any of my family or friends getting it in a long time, but that's not saying much. I don't really know too many people. Wife and I had COVID twice. First time was rough as hell. Missed almost a month of work. Wife missed 5 weeks. Got paid for it. Second time was like a 5-day cold. Yeah, that seems to be kind of what happened is the first variants were pretty bad for a lot of people, and then as it kind of progressed, the virus got weaker and weaker, which is great, you know. Thank God. Tenant variants in people's response to COVID. People have dead relatives, usually pre-existing conditions, yet it was less severe than the flu for me. Yeah. But then they had like healthy 18-year-old kids dying. So who the fuck knows, man? Hey, Jason's here. What's up, man? Yeah, I got a mullet. My subscribers bullied me into it. Doctor told me I got bad because my immune system went down for having hip replacement surgery the month before. Also, I'm over 50. Yeah, that sounds about right. It was definitely deadlier for like 50 and up. Definitely. Variants get more transmissible but less severe, spreads more effectively that way. Yeah, it's kind of freaky when you think about it. Like the virus is like almost, it's not sentient, but it almost seems like it sometimes, because like it wants to survive. So if it makes itself less potent or like less deadly, but it can travel around faster and more easily, it'll do that. It's kind of freaky. It's like a living thing. "37 years old, died from complications due to COVID." Fuck. That's so gnarly, dude. That's fucking crazy. That's funny. That the same thing happened to my parents. My mom got COVID, and she's like the healthiest person I know. She got COVID, and my dad never got it. They were in the same house. My dad never got it. So weird. Yeah, I've heard that too, especially like with the original ones. When people were losing their smell and taste, almost everyone I talked to, I have a couple of friends that had it. They still can't smell right, or like either they can't smell certain things, or like certain things smell weird. Like one of my friends, for some reason, toothpaste, like when she was brushing her teeth, the toothpaste smelled like really, really bad, where it usually smells like minty and fresh, you know? It's so fucking weird. Trikovich. There's one where it was a mild case. Headache for a few days. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Thanks, man. $5? Are you kidding me? Just got in the Tedious and the 8015. Nice, dude. I wonder if you can get bearings for the 8015. I believe the 8015 is on washers. Is it not? I could be wrong. Let me see. Let me see here. Yeah, I believe those are washers. Yeah, I'm 90% sure those are washers. But apparently, Jason knows somebody that can nail out little pockets so that you can put bearings in washer knives. Just fucking crazy. Maybe if you're serious about it and if you're willing to pay up a little bit to get some bearings in there, talk to old Jason here. Knife dope. Thanks, man. Yeah, actually, I was very skeptical about the mullet, but I actually think it looks not too bad. Not too bad. I might actually keep it. We'll see. Don't get me started on COVID. Oh yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep it very surface level because yeah, we could dive deep on it, and I don't really want to. I have theories as well. Yeah, but he gave me a blunted yard sale buoy, putting an edge on it. Sweet, dude. Like a fixed blade buoy. Are you freehanding that bitch? Aviators. I've never owned a pair of aviators, but you're right. I probably should get some. That might complete the look. Anyone wants to try a Jack Wolf knife? OCD for EDC has a black micarta low drag for 198. Really, 198. Is that a S90V one or M391? Yeah, that's pretty good. That is really good, actually. The younger people who have been killing over hasn't been due to COVID, but rather the vaccine. As more time passes and actual information finally leaks out, you'll see. I don't know if that's the case for everybody. There were people dying that never got the vaccine. But yeah, I don't want to go down the vaccine route because I have my theories about it as well, and I will say it's absolutely not what it was sold to us as being. We got fucked on that one. All work knives are on washers. Yeah, most of them. Most of them, yeah. All my work knives are on washers. At least, the knives that I use at work. Thanks, man. The 8015 is on. Okay, there we go. It's on phosphor bronze and Teflon. There you go. Because yeah, I was thinking it is really smooth for washers. I mean, you pull down the lock bar and it's basically falling shut. What's up, Dan? Definitely felt the duty coming on. What's up, dude? Half John Holmes and half Freddie Mercury. That's a freaking compliment, dude. Hell yeah. It's an S90V. Nice. I guess maybe the low drag was only ever in S90V. Yeah, that's a good deal. $200. That's a that's an acceptable amount of money for an Ohio River Jack. Just got some water stones. Might try to mirror polish my Bark River Aurora. Nice, dude. I've been thinking about getting some stones as well. I was actually on Neves' Amazon storefront, and he's got a little category in there for affordable stones. And there were some in there that I think I'm going to get. I'll pull them up here in a second, because I think they'd be really good for beginners like me. How much was the Spy Opera when you got it during the sale? I paid $140. I'm really interested in getting it. Not sure it's worth $183. I think 183 is a little high. But let's see, where even is it? Where even is it, dude? I don't know where my Spy Opera went. It's around here somewhere. But anyways, it's got titanium hardware and liners, so that's that'll bump the price up a little bit. You got the crowned spine and the crowned backspacer and lock bar. My card is really nice. So I don't know. I think I don't know. Maybe 160 is what it should be, somewhere around there. But if you want it enough, 183 is not horrible, at least in my opinion. I love the vaccine and I love our government. That's the one for my FBI agent. Yeah, we should probably all say that really quick. I love the vaccine. I think it was the thing that saved our country from this virus that we had no hand in setting free in the first place. And I love our government. They do everything right. And I don't even think about it. I just say, yes, sir. You have our best interests at heart always. And I love them all. Oh, nice. Your 20.5 Shark's Foot showed up. Hell yeah. Seems to be well built. Looking forward to using it this coming week. Yeah. Yeah. Still one of my favorite knife designs ever, especially the Shark's Foot one. This is such a good knife. Jason actually got a regrind on his, and it looks really good. And I'm really considering doing that as well, because this is a heavy duty work knife, and so I guess it kind of makes sense why they left it thick behind the edge. I just wish it was a little bit thinner. What even is it behind the edge? Let's see. It's definitely on the thicker side. Oh boy, yeah. 27 thousandths. Yep. 29 thousandths at the tip. That's very thick. It still slices okay. Pretty good actually, but it could be so much better. So yeah, that was the right move, getting a regrind on it. Where's the gargoyle shirt? I do want to make one. I just don't know on the design yet. Do you guys like the design, the gargoyle on the toilet design in the thumbnail? Do you think that should be on the shirt? Hey, Mismy, thank you. Thank you, sir. 0562 tie for 234. That's a good deal. They're usually 300, I believe, right? Delica came not too sharp, filling out the work sharp. Oh, that kind of sucks. Mine came very sharp. Did you get the K390 one? 183 is not bad considering the specs. I was wondering what the sale price was. Wish I would have saw it. Ended up buying a PM2 Crewwear. Oh, that's a good one too. But yeah, 140 for it, I think was muy bien. Muy bien. The gargoyle is fantastic. Yeah, I think I will do a gargoyle shirt. Do you guys think it should just be just the gargoyle and the toilet, or should it have words around it? I was thinking possibly of having it say shitting like a gargoyle, possibly, but I don't know if everyone wants, the word shit on their shirt. Maybe just the graphic would be best because people would see it and be like, what? What the fuck is that? Like some inside joke that they don't know about. Put Doody on the shirt. I could put Doody's daggers on it. Doody happens. Should just say Doody. Yeah. Yeah. That's not bad. Just Doody. Maximum Pair 3 is hair popping sharp out of the box. Damn. I'm jealous of that. I was kind of torn between getting that, the Spy Opera, and that Maximet. Actually, no, I was looking at the Maximet Native 5. I really need some Maximet. That's the bottom line here. I don't have any yet. Gargoyle on the back, and then your emblem on the front breast. That's a good idea. That's actually a great idea. Have the little Duty's daggers, thing up here, and a big gargoyle on the back. It's a good idea. Does anyone have anything they're looking for on the upcoming Spyderco Seconds sale happening on the 25th, I believe? Let me see. Yep, the 25th at 8 a.m. Pacific, 9. That'll be, let's see. That'll be 11 o'clock Eastern. I don't know, man. I really can't afford much of anything right now, but if I see a good deal, I'm going to go for it. Like I was just saying, I really do want some Maximet. I don't know if they're going to have any Maximet seconds. So some Maximet, Yojimbo. It's time for me to get a Yojimbo. If I see one for a great deal, I would be very tempted to pull the trigger on that. What else? Maybe if I saw a pair of 3 in like a S110V or Maximet or something, that would be tempting. I don't own one yet. I don't know. Those are kind of the 3 that are at the front of my mind right now, at least. Beep, 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 beep. Need a Manix 2 user? Yeah, everyone needs a Manix 2 user. S90 Pair 3 is out for delivery. Ooh, baby. Hell yeah, dude. I got to test one of those recently thanks to Merceau. And yeah, S90B is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm actually getting some S90V today in the mail. Let me check my tracking again. Hopefully. Yeah, it still says Saturday. Oh, yeah. I also, speaking of Manix, I also finally ordered some AWT scales for my Manix. Finally. So I'm really stoked. I'm very stoked to finally have it be centered. This was never centered, you know, from when I first got it to now. I've tried everything. It just doesn't center up. So, but it should be perfectly centered after I put the AWT scales on it. I went with the cobalt blue since I have the blue anodized titanium lock bar or ball cage lock and the lanyard tube. So I think it'll look pretty sweet, all blued out. And yeah, looking forward to it. Dang, Ross got some too. Nice, dude. Hell yeah. I've ordered from AWT before. I think just once before. Do they make them to order or do they have like a stock of them? Does it take a while for them to arrive? Because I know with OG Goat, for the most part, they make the scales when you order them, so it takes a while. Finally ordered a tie clip for the Kaiser X Squirt too. Nice, dude. From the Kaiser website, those deep carry titanium ones, those are really nice. Should be getting the 80-20.5 with the magnetic detent today. Nice, dude. Very nice. I'm hoping to get one on mine too, but and I asked dude about it, and he said he thinks he can do it. If I can get any, if I can have that magnetic detent thing in any of my knives, I think it would be the Shadow. I think a magnetic detent on this knife would be just absolutely amazing because it's decent. You could kick it out pretty good, but I mean, you could absolutely fail it easily because it's a crossbar lock. It's the same with all crossbar locks. They just don't have a detent. So I think a magnetic detent on this thing would be fucking badass. What, do you have some kind of magic centering trick or what? Ships in 3 to 5. Okay, that's not too bad. Custom colors take a while longer. 80WT are lanyard. Oh, are they really? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. That's okay. In 2 weeks. Okay. 10 to 30 days. So, yeah, so they do make them to order, looks like. Yeah, it's aftermarket. It's this guy, Saigon Kick, came up with this idea, kind of like on the Winter Blade Co. Factor, how there's a magnet that acts as the detent. He mills out a little pocket right down in here, and he puts magnets on either side, so that it feels like a detent. Like there's resistance when you go to flick it, like a detent ball would feel. So it enables the 80-20.5 to have an actual detent feeling, because same as with the crossbar lock, the shark locks, they don't have a detent, so easy to fail them. It's easy to flick it too. I never failed this thing because I know how it feels, and I just put some extra oomph into it. But it's just way better. Oh shit, man, nice. Mini Evo. Damn. What version did you get? Claudio, what's up? How are you doing? Lanyard delete versus cool lanyard plug. I like my plugs. I'm fine with the delete too, though. Looks weird at first with no lanyard tube. I don't know why. I just didn't even notice that when I was looking at them. Pull it up. I don't care because I don't put lanyards on my Manixes anyways. What are you talking about, dude? There's a hole right there, buddy. Oh, I guess. Okay, I see what you're saying. The lanyard tube, the factory lanyard tube, probably doesn't fit in it, but there still is a hole for a lanyard. It's just in the scale itself. I see what you're saying. See right there? This would be kind of sucks to strap it, huh? Maybe a little bit. I mean, it's not like super duper hard. Probably harder than like some D2 or something, though, you know? Going to Harbor Freight. Hell yeah, dude. I love Harbor Freight. Sometimes I just go there even though I don't really need anything. I just walk around because you can always find something that you kind of do need once you look in, once you're looking in there. The Tento with the carbon fiber inlays. Hell yeah. It's a crazy good knife, man. I don't know if you've ever felt a Sharp by Design detent before, but it's going to knock your socks off. I wish ADT would make you choose a clip side so you don't have empty screw holes. Yeah. Yeah. That would be kind of nice. I think, doesn't OG Goat do that? Oh, yeah. That reminds me. I wanted to pull up Neves' Amazon store and show you those stones. So if you go to any Neves video, I think he has a link for his store. Let's see. Don't flag me, YouTube. Pausing it, okay? There we go. Neves Knives store. Let me do this, do this, do this. There we go. So this is all the stuff that, Jared recommends. And I need to do this because this is a really good way to have all your links in one area. So if we go down here, let's see. Here we go. Jared's favorite affordable diamond plates. And there's some options here. I think this was the one I was looking at right here. For $51, you get a 300, a 600, and a 1200. That should be all you need for sharpening a knife. That should be all you need. So there you go. $51. That's a crazy good deal. If you go to like Gridomatic website and you're looking at their diamond stones, it's hard to find a diamond stone for like a single one for less than that. I think usually, at least the ones I was looking at, a single diamond plate was like 45. So that's awesome. Is the second sale on the Spyderco site? I believe it is, yeah. I believe it is. Dwayne, what's happening, buddy? Good to see ya. So yeah, if you're looking to learn how to sharpen a knife freehand like I am, I've always used a work sharp, and I can get very good results with the work sharp. I can get like mirror polish edges and, really good stuff. But I want to learn how to freehand. And I think this is a pretty good way to do it. You get what you pay for in diamonds. Yeah, I'm sure. But for a beginner, I think this is a pretty good purchase. And Jared recommends it. So, he knows what he's talking about. I'm going to trust Jared in this scenario. But yeah, I'm guessing probably the difference with the cheaper ones is they probably wear out faster than if you were paying up for a more expensive one. That'd just be my guess. But, who the hell knows? Not me. I'm out of nicotine. I need to go to the store. You might want to also pick up a 120 or 222 for those times you need to remove a lot of material. That's a good point. Yeah. I just don't know if I'm really going to be removing a bunch of material as a beginner. Probably down the road I will be. But as I'm learning how to freehand, I'm going to be sharpening all my really cheap knives first. Like, I'll probably put an edge on my very first penguin. This was one of my first knives ever. Probably put an edge on this guy because it'll be easy. I think a good starter because it's a straight edge. Probably gonna order a Worksharp Pro today. Used to freehand, but the old hands aren't what they were. I think that would be a very good purchase, man. I mean, I just have the regular Worksharp Precision Adjust, $60, and dude, I have gotten crazy good edges with that thing. Crazy good, very, very sharp. I used the little 4x1 DMT stones for the Worksharp to hand sharpen for a while. Now I'm getting one coarse diamond stone and some Shapton Pro stones for freehand stuff. Nice. Yeah, I've heard Shapton isn't that like kind of top of the line or close? Definitely very good stones. Yeah, Drew, that is the worst fucking taste. That is the worst taste I've ever experienced. I hate it. If you're not reprofiling, 300 is a good starting stone. Then up to 6. Okay. They make expensive stones. The Shapton Pro are mid-tier. Okay. All right. Yeah, I made a mistake when I ordered my stone holder for the Worksharp. I ordered these stones with it. These are silicon carbide stones. They're not diamond. Because they were cheap. I should have sprung for diamond ones, but I didn't. And they just suck. It takes forever. If you're sharpening like a super steel, it just takes for fucking ever with these things. And they did a good job, but they just took so long. So, but the holder works amazingly. Here it is. It's just there's a threaded little dealio back here. You unthread it to loosen it up, and it just slides out. So, yeah, it works really good. And it's nice to have a larger stone because the work sharps are usually, I think, like 1/2 inch by 4. What are they? They're really small. So a lot more surface area with these. Old pistachios are the worst taste. I don't think I've ever tasted an old pistachio. That is very interesting. Be Shady, what's up, my dude? Come say hi, buddy. Come say hi to everybody. There's a handsome boy right here. Hi, buddy. I got my parents' dog at the house too. They're out of town, so I'm watching their pup. I got 2 puppies at the house now. It's storming here, so I'm hanging out with the dudes. Nice, Jim. Where do you live? What state are you in? Can I make pancakes and sausage? Fuck. Fuck, dude. I'm hungry. Good thing I have my morning snack. Peanut M&Ms, baby. I'm not sure. I really don't know, man. I have no idea. On my work stripe, I finished with I think 600, and then I go to the ceramic, and that's really what brings the shine out. Ooh, a Chick-fil-A breakfast? You know what? I've never tried their breakfast sandwiches, which I probably absolutely should. Neve says S30 takes a good polish, so you can go as high as you want. There you go. There's your answer. Oh, baby. Homemade bread is the best. My mom used to make it, and still does sometimes. And dude, it's the best bread you'll ever have. When it comes out and it's still warm, melt some butter on that baby. Oh, I love bread. I'm a big bread boy. A big bread boy. There's a Rosie drawing lottery happening soon, and I think I'm tomorrow night. 8 p.m. Eastern. It's one configuration. There's going to be 100 of them. MagnaCut. It's the radial frag milled scales with a contoured tie clip and a full stonewash on everything. $750. Now, I cannot afford that at all. But it's a grail, and it's really hard to win those lotteries. So I think I'm just going to enter. If for some, if a miracle happens and I win or I get picked, fuck, man, I guess I'm just going to have to sell like half of my knife collection to be able to afford it. Right? I mean, what would you guys do? I don't know. It's a tough one. 750 is a lot. Way too much for me to just to come out of my bank. There's no way I can do that. I don't know, man. I don't even know if I have $750 of knives that I'm willing to sell. Man, I would have to sell some knives that I really, really love. Can only dream of it, Rosie. I mean, you can make it happen, dude. Anyone can make it happen. I could make it happen. If I set aside, I don't know, $20 every paycheck, eventually I would be able to get a Rosie. Which actually that's not a bad plan. What if we all buy some of your merch? That would help, but I only get a small percentage of those sales. A small percentage. But yeah, I mean, there's some good merch. If you want one, go for it. Or you can wait till I make the gargoyle t-shirt. I am going to do that this weekend. I will do it this weekend. High Tide ADC says, don't do it. Mark says, you have to go for it. Easier to replace cheaper knives. Sell some more of that art. Yeah. I don't even know what I would. Yeah. There's just no way around it. I would have to sell a few knives that I love very much. Very much. Make art and sell it on here. That's an idea. I got this for sale. I got this for sale, baby. Oh, dude. Thank you, Jim. $10? Are you kidding me? Thank you, buddy. That was really nice of you. That is really nice of you. Pros and cons. Only sell pieces of a collection that don't have meaning. You may be able to replace a knife, but if you got one a certain way or as a gift, it wouldn't be the same. Yeah, definitely. A lot of my knives are easily replaceable, for sure. For sure. But, I can't sell. I won't say I can't, but I don't want to sell any of my Spydercos, especially the ones that I've customized, right? Not selling any of my TRMs. That's not happening. I got my 2 sons, but those aren't even really worth selling almost. Yeah, I paid $100 each for them. So, I mean, I guess I could. But I would have to sell all of them to really make it worth my while. We're talking $750 here. We're talking like $5 mullet rides. That's funny. Holy shit, dude. $20. Damn, dude. Thanks, man. That is so nice of you. Let's get you a Rosie. Fuck, man. Thank you. That might be the highest donation I've ever gotten, actually. Ever. Wow. I'm gonna have to play a song on the Blowiano for everybody that donated. We had 3. Who was the first one? Let me go up. Who was the first? The first one. Bluetooth Blades. So Bluetooth Blades, Mark and Jim. Here is your thank you song. Oh shit, dude. Bluetooth Blaze with another $10. Holy shit. Thank you, buddy. Oh, there's Floki. He doesn't like it. You don't like the blowiano, huh, buddy? It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's just a blowiano. It's just a blowiano, bud. Oh, now he's not going to let me play it anymore. All right, I'll stop. I'll stop, little bud. Huge thank you, guys. That is so, so nice of you, man. Thank you, everybody. And you get a little Floki cam. The Floki cam. He's a very good boy. He loves his papa. Best way to start the morning. Hell yeah, dude. Little blowiano. I missed Jim. No, I don't think I did. Jim Miller, 10 bones. I said that, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Damn. Well, now I feel like I have to go over the Rosie now. Oh shit. Chef Rocky, $20. Sup, suckers? Love to you and yours, my friend. This 20 is for piano lessons. I could use it. I know. That's funny. Thank you, man. That is so nice of you, dude. Holy shit. I have to get the Rosie now. I have, let's see, how much do I have towards the Rosie now? I have 10. Where is it? I have 10, 20, 40, 50, 70. I have 70 bucks towards the Rosie. But I don't get actually, it's not like these donations go right in my bank account. I wish they did, but they don't. It adds on to what you make for the month and your YouTube channel as a whole. It adds on to that. So I won't actually get it until next month, but yeah, it's coming. It's absolutely coming. YouTube, if you don't know, YouTube payday is always on the 21st. So I actually got paid yesterday. Thanks, man. Yeah, this was a fun one. I mean, it's always fun, but this was an extra fun one. Melodica always gives me a goofy smile. Good. That's the goal. So yeah, we should talk about that. The mystery of the Snake Charmer song. I don't know if everybody saw it, but it goes like this. Oops, hold on. And I've had that stuck in my head ever since I was a kid, and I don't know where it's from. I still don't really know the true origin. But I did find out a lot of information from the comments and looking around. Apparently, it is the oldest recording I could find of it. Here, let me see. Let me go. It was from like, I don't know if it's the actual recording from then. Maybe it is. The song called "Streets of Cairo" from 1895. And I'm pretty sure I can play this because it's old enough, hopefully. But I'm going to do it anyways. Streets of Cairo.
Mr. Van W. King sings The Streets of Cairo.
You can barely hear it.
I will sing you a song, and it won't be very long, about a maiden sweet, and she never would do wrong.
So, I mean, that's really old. I mean, do you think it came from somewhere before that even? 1895. Man, that's so crazy that that's actually a recording from 1895. That's so crazy. Come on. I know you want your breakfast. We'll be done soon. It's not copyrighted. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. That's the other interesting thing is a lot of people thought the lyrics were different. Yeah, some people said they don't wear pants in the southern part of France. Some people said it was what was it? There's a place in France where the monkeys dance, and then some other people said there's a place in France where the naked ladies dance. So there seems to be like some, you know, no, not everybody agrees on the lyrics. Titanic by Real Big Fish has that riff. There's actually a Kesha song someone told me about that uses it. So I don't know, man. Apparently, it's just like a tune that nobody really owns it. Anyone can use it. It's kind of weird, right? Is it in The Simpsons too? Okay. Yeah, it's also in Family Guy. Aaron sent me a Family Guy clip where it's in there. So I don't know, man. It's kind of interesting. Probably 100 years old melody, traditional folk song. It's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be. It's like a jump rope song, like a schoolyard jump roping song or something. Back in the day. Got to teach some kiddos how to be American Ninja Warriors soon. Really? That sounds fun as hell, dude. Obstacle courses? I've always wanted to try one of those obstacle courses just to see, I'm sure it's a lot harder than you think it is. Remember it in Looney Tunes? Okay. There's another one. Like I said in the YouTube short, it was in this old Windows 95 computer game that we used to have. It was like an educational computer game. And I remember there was this certain thing you would click on and it would play that sound, that melody. What's up, Nick? Just opened my eyes, drank a bit too much last night. No worries, dude. You can show up whenever you want. We're going to end it pretty soon here, but John Tatum. What's up, dude? Watch Bugs with my granddaughter, and I heard that melody. Okay. Speaking of cartoons, I grew up with the Looney Tunes, right? The original. Most of us did. The original Looney Tunes. My sister just had her first child. My sister and her husband. She's not a year old yet. I think she's like 8 months old. And they play for her, today's cartoons. And let me tell you something. Modern cartoons suck ass compared to the original Looney Tunes. They suck, dude. They're horrible. Horrible. I asked her, I was like, is there any way to find like the old stuff for her to watch? And she didn't know, but she was like, yeah, man, if I could find the oldies, I would love to play that for her instead. So I don't know if anyone knows a good place where you can maybe stream the old ones or what, but Yeah, man, I don't know. The new cartoons are just such bullshit. The animation looks horrible. Um, I don't know. The old cartoons were racist and violent. Really? I've never seen any racist. I guess violence, yeah. Like the what's it called? The Wile E. Coyote stuff. I guess it's I don't know. I guess it kind of is violent, you know. But I mean, I watched it all the time when I was a kid. It didn't mess with me. It didn't hurt me. But yeah, I can see why. I could see why they changed. I could see why. I could picture people thinking that that was not good for kids to see. I don't agree with it, but I can see it. Original Looney Tunes started in the 40s, went to the 60s. Tom and Jerry, yeah. DuckTales, I never really watched that one. HBO has the old ones. Oh, they do. Okay. Kids don't get the bigotry. What is this? What is? I don't remember ever seeing any of that. Betty Boop was racist. I'll have to go back and look because I don't remember ever seeing it. Really, there was blackface, Indian jokes, Chinese bashing. I don't remember seeing any of that stuff. That does sound pretty bad, though. Damn. Droopy Dog. I don't remember that one either. Droopy Dog. You don't remember because it was normal back then? Yeah, maybe so. I would love to go back and look though, because yeah, I bet now that I'm older, it would be very, very obvious. The real racist episodes are banned from streaming services. You can watch a compilation of them on YouTube. Okay, I'll have to check that out. The exaggerated stereotypes, yeah. It's so crazy that we used to do that. If you went back now, you would catch a lot more than you remember. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. Yeah. Flintstones was great. Yeah. Scooby Doo. The Jetsons. The Jetsons was the shit. I really liked the Jetsons. Ren and Stimpy. I could see how that was maybe not appropriate for kids, for at least some of the episodes. Ren and Stimpy got fucking wild with it. I remember a few years ago, I was sick. I had a fever, and I put on Ren and Stimpy. And let me tell you something. It was fucking terrifying. It was probably because I had a fever and I was kind of just like half asleep, like, you know. But Ren and Stimpy was absolutely just so intense. Just so intensely, like, I don't even know how to explain it, dude. It's like, I don't know. It gave me like a really like scary, tight, yucky feeling in my chest. It's just gnarly, man. That cartoon is just so over the top. A lot of the U.S. made cartoons these days are mind-numbingly stupid. I think, yeah, they are. I think that's part of the reason that they they jumped out at me as being bad. Is just very stupid. Like, I don't know. I've always thought that you should talk to your child um, as if they're older than they are. I think if you talk to your kid like with baby talk, you know, and you kind of like dumb down your words for them, I don't think that's good for them. And I've never had kids, so what do I know? It seems like if you talk to your kids like they're older than they are, like an adult, um, it seems like it'd be better for them, right? Instead of like dumbing down your conversation for them. People are too damn soft nowadays. I would say that's true. Uh, but not 100% true for everybody. But yeah, it does seem that that is more of a norm than it used to be. Yeah. Parents don't baby talk to their children. So is that true? Am I correct in saying that that's not good for them? Son watches Wild Kratts. It's a good show for kids. I've never heard of that one. I'll have to check it out. Okay, they're just as smart as adults, just inexperienced. Yeah. Yeah. Just because they can't articulate their thoughts like we do, doesn't mean that their brains are like stupider. They just don't know as much. They don't have enough experience. No, Ms. Me, no, I don't think anyone's saying that. I was more talking about what Ward says, like with the like participation trophies, where like it seems like there's not really any competition anymore, especially like in school. There's no competition. I think a lot of kids are getting like kind of left by the wayside, you know? Again, I don't have kids, but I listen to a lot of podcasts. I hear people talk. I have friends and family with little kids in schools. Um, and it's it's just a lot different than when we were kids, you know. I feel like some kids are not being pushed to their potential, their fullest potential. I think most people would agree that our education system is lacking. Yeah, you do need this shirt. I forgot where I got it. I had it for a long time, and I was looking. I was looking through my closet yesterday, and I found it. It was sitting at like the bottom of a pile, and I was like, "Oh shit, dude! I forgot I had that." If you just type it in Google, I bet it'll pop up. Boo, 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 boo. Sorry, I'm just reading all these chats. Yeah, I think the pandemic really negatively affected the generation of kids that were, you know, and still are, kind of at a point in their lives where they really needed to be around, learning social skills in school and all that stuff. I think it kind of I mean, the pandemic negatively affected a lot of people in a lot of ways, but that's just one of the ways. I mean, look at me. I was homeschooled. So basically, I was basically, went through that same thing, but for my whole schooling experience. We didn't do grades. So that's why, like, when people say, for example, like, oh, how old is that kid? And someone says, oh, he's in fifth grade. I have no idea what that means is in relation to their age because I didn't grow up with grades. But I was homeschooled, if you were referring to it in grades, from first, or whatever, kindergarten, when I was born, up until like 12th, I guess. Is 12th the last? I guess 12th is the last one, yeah. But I was homeschooled that whole time. And it took me a long time to develop real social skills. And it really stunted my growth in a lot of areas. I think homeschooling can be a good thing if it's done correctly. Your kid still has to have, has to be in social situations. There's a lot of lessons I didn't learn, There's so many lessons I didn't learn just from being around other kids. My mother was a teacher at my high school. So you were kind of homeschooled in a way. At least, your mom was teaching you. My mom was my teacher. It's the social skills that need to be developed by being around your peers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Has been teaching 43 years. She says the best way if you also mix some social things like sports and science classes. Yeah, I think it can be done better than how it was for me. So I think it is possible, but man, I'll tell you, every single family that I grew up with in the little homeschool circle, almost, well, I won't say every, but a very high percentage of those kids, when they got older, turned to drugs. A lot of them had multiple marriages and divorces. Just they went off the rails like I did. Because, you're so sheltered for so long and you finally reach an age and you're kind of thrust out into the world, a world you don't know anything about, really. You're not prepared. You're not prepared for it, man. And so I just went nuts, dude. And after being cooped up for that long, I remember thinking this exact thing. I want to experience everything. The good, the bad, the great, the bottom of the barrel. I want to do it all. I just want to experience life, what it's really like. And I did. I went out there and I experienced the lowest of the lows, the highest, well, maybe not the highest, but higher. And I just went and did it, man. And it really fucked up my life badly. My son was homeschooled part of his schooling. He has ADHD, and that was the best for him. Yeah, that's a scenario that it would make sense. Yeah, for sure. I'm 28 would say most of my teachers didn't teach. They just read shit off a PowerPoint. That sucks. American parents keeping their kids at home to teach them their propaganda. Yeah, I mean, not only was I homeschooled, but my parents were very conservative Christians as well. I think for some reason those two things often go hand in hand. but very conservative Christians. I wasn't even allowed to listen to the radio because it had secular music on it. I had a Walkman, a tape player, and the only tapes in our house was like classical music. Even like Christian rock music, I wasn't allowed to listen to. But my parents didn't know this, but the Walkman also had an FM radio built into it. So it wasn't just tapes. You could listen to the FM radio as well. So I would put in a tape, pretend to be listening to that, but I was actually listening to the radio. And so I got a little bit of secular music, but I didn't actually like dive into like the grunge era, the 90s, which I grew up in, but I was completely closed off from. Metal, all kinds of music. I didn't even start experiencing that until I was out of the house, which really sucks, dude. So I would listen to that, and at night I would lay in my bed and listen to Loveline. You guys remember Loveline? It was this radio show where it was hosted by Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla, and it was such a good show, so funny. And people would call in with their problems. Usually it was like teenagers, people in their 20s, sometimes older people too. But they would call in with their problems with sex, STDs, getting pregnant. But it wasn't just sex stuff. It was really anything. And that was really my window into the real world. And I learned a lot from that show. I think it kind of saved me. Nice. Loveline. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people listen to it. Yeah. It was on the air for a long time. They ended the show. I don't even know which year, but a while ago. But you can still go on YouTube and find whole episodes. And I still listen to them sometimes. Kind of the same story over here. Said the same thing, then spent 4 years in and out of prison, 2 years in state prison. Taught me a big lesson. Now I take my life way more seriously. Yeah. Right on, man. I'm glad you got past that. Don't want my daughter to be sheltered. She needs to know she won't be handed success on a platter. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the realities of life had no idea. Howard Stern show, yeah. I never really got into the Howard Stern show, but I've always wanted to. Maybe I need to go back and start listening. Dr. Drew still looks. He does still look the same. It is pretty wild. I think because he always had white hair, or dark, or light gray / white hair. So yeah. Anyways, isn't that crazy? Telling your kids they can't listen to music? What? I remember as I got older and I was like a teenager, we would go to this Christian bookstore, and they would also sell CDs in there. And they had Christian rock music and all kinds of Christian music. But remember they used to have those it's like a little box on the wall with headphones, and you could go bring the CD up there and listen to little clips from what was on the CD. So you could kind of like preview it before you bought it. That's what I would do. I would find like the heaviest rock of the Christian selection and listen to it on the headphones. Mine's about dead too, dude. I really need to go to the store badly. I'm about to get that nasty drag. Wasn't Dr. Dre in here a bit ago? Yeah. I think that's a different one though. Obviously. I was allowed to listen to pretty much anything, watch most movies, also went to church, didn't get any serious trouble as a teen. Freedom of choice is necessary. Yeah, totally. Totally. And I'm not bagging on Christianity. It works for some people, but the way my parents did it was just a little too intense. A little too intense. Wouldn't let my kids listen to country music because I wouldn't want to raise douche. Oh yeah, but so I would go and listen to these samples of these like hard Christian rock bands. I mean, looking back now, they were not heavy metal whatsoever. But to my ears, who had never really heard anything like that, they were badass. So I would listen to them, but my parents would never let me buy them because my dad would come. He would listen to the sample, and be like, "Nope, nope, that's too metally." I forget what he said. That's too heavy. I don't know I don't know how he worded it, but I would have to settle with like the Newsboys or something like that. So, anyways, Skillet was that was one. Skillet was one for sure. Switchfoot was one of them. Gosh, what else? There's so many. Got a Jewel. Elf bars were tearing me up. I've never tried the Elf bar. What about them? What do you mean tearing you up? Right on, Mike. Thanks for hanging out today. I gotta go too. What's up, Ratchet Man? We're about to wrap it up. It's good to see you though, buddy. Religion has its place when it's not swung with a heavy hand. Lessons in there and all that. Yeah, I think Christianity has some great lessons in it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Saw Skillet live once. Was a good show. I can't remember if I ever saw them. I definitely saw like Switchfoot and a few other Christian bands. My first concert ever was a Christian band. Obviously. Oh, you lucky bastard. Listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony, George Strait, Pink Floyd when I was a kid. Yeah, that's the way you should do it. That's the way you should do it. It's kind of interesting because we weren't allowed to listen to that stuff, but my dad, and I only found this out when I got older, but was a huge like classic rock fan. He's a huge Led Zeppelin fan, huge Pink Floyd fan, you know. But he must have just closed off that part of himself when he was raising kids. I don't know. Yeah, it seems so weird to like deny yourself of listening to the bands that you love because you thought they were bad for you. I don't even know. It's so weird. Now he's back. You know, after the kids grew up, my parents chilled out quite a bit. My relationship with them is good now, very good, and they never talk about Christianity with me anymore. You know, they just let me do my thing. So they have grown and changed a lot, which I'm very glad for, because I have friends that grew up in the Christian scene with me where their parents are still hardcore in it, and their relationships are horrible. Some parents won't even talk to their kids anymore because they're on the wrong path. Um, some kids won't talk to their parents anymore because all they do is get judged by their parents. So I'm really, really happy that my parents decided to kind of put the relationship with their kids above their, morals and religion. So I'm very, very, very proud of them and very happy that they did that. Jars of Clay. That's another one. Yep. First concert was Jane's Addiction. Nice, dude. Grateful Dead was my first. Fuck. I wish I had a cool first one. Kiss. Nice. I would lend a friend music who had similar parents. His dad broke a few CDs once. That's funny. That sounds like my dad. Headed to work. Right on, buddy. Have a good day, Dano. Let's wrap this thing up. I got to go to the store. Get some more nicotine. This was a fun one, folks. I love you. Peace and love. Peace and love. Tonight, I just got word at the Blade Cartel, we're actually going to have the guy that invented the magnetic detent. We're actually going to have him on the Blade Cartel hangout this evening. So, any of you guys have questions about how that works and how you can get one, those questions will be answered in tonight's live stream, starting at 6 p.m. Pacific. That is 9 o'clock Eastern. Me and Jason and I forget, I don't even know his name. Craig, aka Saigon Kick, will be joining us. I love you guys. Thanks again for the donations. Holy shit, man. That's so generous of you. I really appreciate it. I love all you guys, and see you tonight. Members only video is coming out tomorrow for those members out there. And yeah,